whatchamacallit, did you get a notification? I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just trying to use this Streamlabs thing, but I can't see any of my controls like in YouTube or anything. It's interesting. Okay, now I can see. Now I can see that it's at least that it's live here. What's up, Jason Kagan? Hopefully this is going to be clearer too. What's up, iRock? Try some things here. See, I got some new things like Phil super chatted last time. Let's see, we get a new subscriber. Might be a little hard to see because of where my graphics are. I'll move it up like that. Let's try that. Let's try that again. There we go. I think that's pretty good. Everybody sees it. What's going on, man? Jason Kagan. Jason, I hope you're feeling better, man. You sent me that video. I won't share it unless you want to share it on here. But I said, just hope you're feeling better. Oh, and see, I got an issue already here. I don't know why I have. Oh, that's what it is. It's the timer. That timer. I couldn't get the countdown timer to work, but then at the end, the round over came up. Okay. So we'll fix that. Sweet. I don't know if you guys can tell this is any different, but yeah, like I said, I'm using Streamlabs now instead of OBS. It's an updated version. It's like much, much newer. Dog had to put out fire with my Carhartt and bare hands and high winds today. Dude, that's no fun, man. That's no fun at all. I hope your breathing's getting better, because yeah, that sucks. I know I've done that in my yard, like, because I burn in my yard too, and then you get a little bit of wind and you're like, oh Jesus. And it can go downhill real quickly. Looks like we're about to start the second half here, Lakers and Thunder. Having a little drinks tonight. I've already had a fairly copious amount of alcohol. I wanted to do the second half of this basketball game unannounced or anything, because I figured that's going to give me a chance to test out some of the new toys here, where it's not such a big stream. And now I'm having a little bit of an issue with the game coming back in here too. What's going on, iRock? Do you have to work today, man? Did you get the Friday out afterwards? Or Friday off? Yeah, and ESPN really protects their streams. At least they definitely try. ESPN and Disney's the ones that come out. Just sent me video on Messenger. Yeah, I seen them. I seen 2 videos there. Yeah, wild, man. Oh, I got another one here. No work today. I have a much needed long weekend. Oh, sweet. Good stuff. Hey, it was good. Good eats. Too many drinks. Well, ate too much. That's kind of what you're supposed to do, right? Turkey, ham, stuffing, potatoes. The whole setup. Let's see if my ESPN's even gonna come in right now. We'll go to NBA TV and see if they got it live over there. They may not, since ESPN paid for this. But yeah, I went out. So I went out to the casino today, which, of course, it's frickin' Black Friday, and everybody was out like psychopaths. Like, I thought people were kind of done with that. I thought they pretty much just went online. Okay, we got the game now. I thought they pretty much just went online, and like a few people would go out and stuff. Oh my God! I tried to go to the casino to make a bet. I didn't make it. I wanted to bet on the co-main event of PFL. Ended up being an okay thing because I was going to bet on Taylor Santos, and of course she did not win. She was a big underdog. I really thought she was going to win that fight, but no go. So it was, like I said, it was a good thing that I didn't go because I would have lost money. I want to tell myself I would have only bet $100 on her, but I might have bet more. I really thought she was going to beat Dachiva today, and Dakota Dachiva chick is an absolute monster. I mean, Taylor Santos, I thought she's one of the best pound for pound female fighters on the planet. Had a battle with Valentina Shevchenko. A lot of people thought she won that. It was very close. And so I thought, man, she's just going to walk through this Dakota chick. I thought they've been, kind of protecting her. 17-0 record. I'm like, oh, she's not fought anybody. And she hadn't really fought anybody until Jenna Bishop, which was the fight before in the tournament. But, Dakota Shiva, she won the $1 million. But I didn't end up making it to the casino because there was so much traffic. It took me an hour and a half to go 7 frickin' miles, which I guess it's my fault for trying to go out. But so on the way back, I didn't, I wasn't able to make the bet I wanted to. I did end up betting a couple bucks on some football games. But I was headed back from Black Friday, and I thought, well, if it's going to take me an hour and a half to get back, why don't I stop by Walmart and see what they have for the Black Friday stuff? And, it was, I want to say it was about 11:30 in the morning, maybe noon. What's going on, Torin? Good to see you in here, man. But I think it was around 11:30 noon, maybe a little bit later. And there was nothing there. Like, everything was literally more expensive than I would have expected on a normal day. It's like they raised their prices and then forgot to drop them back down for Black Friday. Lakers score a 2-point game here. So I ended up not getting anything in there. And then luckily traffic had cleared up. It wasn't as bad going the other way. It only took me like 45 minutes to get home. OKC with the ball. A lot of ball movement here. There's a block, though, from Anthony Davis. He's going to feed it up the court. Phi Slamma Jamma. And we got a tie ball game, 62-62. You can follow along on ESPN. It's not ESPN Plus. You got to have the old, the old cable or satellite. I know nobody's got that crap anymore. Or, find a creative source. I know you guys are very creative, so I know you'll find something. How's everybody else's Thanksgiving? What did everybody have? I said we had just the old conventionals: ham, turkey, mashed potatoes, stuffing, corn, corn rolls. That was it. Nothing special. But oh, my wife! I forgot to tell my wife I was streaming. She asked me a question. Uh, Sorry, I just ordered this really cool thing. Well, or she had got it for me for Christmas, and I actually just canceled it on Amazon though. And she was probably like, "Why? Like, why? You wanted that for Christmas, and then you canceled it." But Amazon wouldn't. They wouldn't tell me when they could send it. It released today. I have YouTube to watch the basketball and football games. Oh, the YouTube TV. That's like, isn't it like $85 a month though? I don't know. Maybe I'm just cheap. Maybe that's my issue. But guys, let me know. Does this look any different than what I'm usually streaming? Does it look clearer? Does it sound clearer? Is it basically the same that it always is? Um, I was pretty much told that if I use this Streamlabs now, since I can't upgrade this computer, I have to wait till I get something new. But that this should stop the outages, like when we're losing a stream for, even for 30 seconds or a minute at a time, which was happening all the time. I imagine we're probably losing new people. Like you come in and the stream just is like already lagging right as soon as they come in. They probably just leave right then. Kevin Holland has a fight booked for 311. Nice. Yeah, it's weird without a UFC this week. There's not really anything going on for fighting tomorrow. Um, I take requests for college football games, college basketball, NBA. That's pretty much the only thing going on. Like all the boxing matches, most of them are not televised, and the ones that are, they're not very high level. Seems to look pretty much the same. Sounds and looks good. Thank you, iRock. Adam says looks and sounds good to me. Sweet. Okay. Yeah, I mean, like I was hoping it would be even just a little better, but as long as it's not worse, I think this is, for whatever reason, I guess this uses much less of my computer's CPU. So I don't know why that is, but we'll go with it. Anthony Davis at the line hits the first of two free throws. Hey, Torin, who are you saying was your favorite basketball team? I forgot. Ryan Garcia has a fight coming up against some Asian kid. Yeah, I seen he's got an exhibition like in Japan or something. And that's the thing with the suspended fighter. Like they can't they can't keep him from doing exhibitions in other countries. Like it's gonna be hard. Here in the states, I imagine the commissions are not going to want to step on each other's toes. Boston Celtics. Okay, that's right. I think you guys are going to win another championship. By the way, guys are really really good. So Lakers up by 2 here. OKC was ahead by quite a bit earlier. Anthony Davis almost steals the ball coming in. Did you play any sports in school, Torin? Did you play basketball or anything? right, here come the Lakers. Anthony Davis at the ball, top of the key. Golden State's been looking pretty good this season. They definitely have. I thought OKC had been looking pretty good too. And there's a three from the corner, in and out. Lakers with the rebound, but they lose it. That's number 28. I think he lost it out of bounds. No, that was James. That was 23. His three just looked like an 8. I believe he lost it out of bounds. I think that's going to be going back to OKC. Now, I didn't play any sports in high school. See, I didn't really either. I played 2 years of football, but I really didn't do what I wanted to, and I really didn't push myself to where I probably could have. I played varsity sophomore year, but I was just kind of an immature dick. But I like to play basketball. I like to play street ball. I like to, go to the park and play soccer. There's always people playing soccer in the parks, like adult. It's playing soccer. And that's going to go out of bounds. Looks like that'll go back to the Lakers. And it's going to be Golden State versus Boston in the 2025 NBA Finals. I think so, too. I think you're right from what I've seen. Man, Cavs got smashed today. Did you watch that game? Torn earlier in Cleveland. I was just watching a little bit at the casino. And I expected them to at least start coming back. I didn't know if they were going to win because they were way down on the Hawks. But, man, they got absolutely smoked. So I hadn't looked at what the injury report was or anything. Here comes OKC back. Passing it inside to 22. Nice little lay-in, and we got a tie game here. No, I didn't catch that game. And there is a jumper from the Lakers. That's Anthony Davis again. Misses. Rebound OKC. Wright's going to bring it up the court. That is from way out there. Three-pointer misses. Big guy number 4 pulls it down. I can't read the names on these jerseys anymore. I swear in the 90s, early 2000s, it seems like the names on the jerseys used to be a lot bigger. Maybe it's just that I'm a lot blinder. And that actually looked like a foul that didn't get called, but maybe I missed something. Back to OKC, tie ball game. Cut to the basket, misses. The center 55 picks it up and puts it in. 66-64 Thunder. NBA to CCP and woke for me, but I'll pop in and hit the like button. What's up, King James? Hey, I'm trying out some new stuff here. That's why I started this. It's over halfway through the game when I started, but I was like, well, okay, I'm gonna do something that's not planned, something that's not a big deal. Try out this new software, and I'm enjoying it. I don't think we've had any lag. So, what's up, Josiah Perez? Good to see you, bro. Be on the lookout for a Justin Gaethje fight announcement. I hope so, man. I hope so. Always fun to watch that guy fight. Gaethje said he told Dana White in the UFC he fights again in March. Said he wants a fight with Dan Hooker. It'd be a good fight. Got some new equipment or just software? Yeah, it's just software. It's just a download. So I was using OBS, which is Open Broadcast Source. It's either Source or System. They've made a new one called Streamlabs OBS, and I didn't want to transfer everything over, and I've been lazy. Well, and I didn't realize that this was better, honestly. Like, there's more things that I can do. Like, if somebody donates or if somebody subscribes, I could tell you, well, I can actually just show you from last time. I think I can put this up. Yeah. So here's Phil's donation from last time. There we go. Got the little dice up there, or if somebody's subscribed. Well, good. Thank you, Jason. Yeah, I don't want to deal with frickin' um, our streams lagging out anymore. That was getting ridiculous. It was getting worse and worse, and I had thought it was my internet forever. So I was calling Comcast, or I'd yell at them, and then sometimes I'd be like, "Hey," I call them up and be like, "Hey, I need to have solid internet for the next 6 hours. Whatever you guys do with your throttle, keep that shit away from me for the next 6 hours." And then I started getting the lags again. So Hooker seems to have turned it around, but I doubt he's ready for Gaethje. Well, what Gaethje are we going to get now, though? Now I love Justin Gaethje, one of my favorite fighters in the UFC to watch fight right now. One of my absolute favorites to watch. He's maybe the most entertaining guy in the game. He did not look the same Justin Gaethje in that Max fight. And I know Max is very good, but he took a knockout there, and I feel like he's sliding just a bit. I think he probably still gets past Dan Hooker, but maybe that's not a bad fight for him. The fact that he's asking for Dan Hooker kind of tells me maybe he's looking to kind of wind out his career. He knows he's probably not going to get another title shot, and that's why he'd been sticking around. I don't know how many fights he has left on this contract. The way he fights, I'm sure the UFC would keep him for basically as long as he wants to fight, unless he just really went on a really long streak, losing streak. Definitely sounds like a worthy banger I'd want to see. Yeah, no, me too. I did not expect Dan Hooker to beat Jalen Turner either. I thought that's going to be an easy fight. To me that seemed very easy, but obviously it was not. Anthony Davis, 13.7 rebounds, 4 assists, 2 blocks. This guy does everything. And there's a three-pointer from the outside for OKC that misses. 3:24, 23, 22 left here in the third quarter. But I kind of would like to see Max and Justin again, though. I want to see, was that a fluke? And OKC misses another 3. And Anthony Davis gets the rebound for Los Angeles. They're going to bring it down the court. 3 minutes left, tied 66. Just doesn't strike me as the time to fight just to be fighting. I think he only cares for championships. Yeah, he said that before. That's why I was like, okay, if he's fighting somebody that he doesn't feel gets him closer to a championship, I'm thinking he's probably thinking about wrapping it up. Oh, good screen there for Anthony Davis. Talk about this guy doing everything. And his teammate does him no favors there, though. Air ball in the 3. Plus, Gaethje has a lot. He's a millionaire. He doesn't have to fight. Yeah, he gets paid well. He got paid well in World Series of Fighting. He got paid, he was a fairly top-tier paid guy right when he came over to the UFC. And, I mean, you can see why. Who wouldn't want the guy? He's, like I said, he might be the most entertaining guy in the entire game. 3-pointer from the outside for the Lakers. And number 5, he nails it. That's Connect. And Dalton Connect with 14 points. Puts the Lakers up by 3. Yeah, I had not watched the NBA since they stole my Sonics. And then, keep talking about them coming back this year, like they're very close. And then I started betting, and I really like sports betting. If I'm being honest, that's the reason I got back into it and started watching it again. And now I can be ready. I kind of know what's going on when hopefully the Sonics come in 2025. Is it 2025 or 2020? Probably 2026, huh, Torin? That they were talking about expansion. I don't really care to see Holloway versus Gaethje 2. Oh, just said he wants to run it back with Holloway in a recent interview. Yeah. I do and I don't. If it's going to be a similar fight, I really don't. But I also want to look like, can he adjust to that? I mean, did anybody really expect Max Holloway to do that to Justin Gaethje? And I'm not talking about just the knockout at the end. I'm talking about the domination in the entire fight. Because I sure didn't. 154 left here in the third. OKC 14-4 this season. Lakers 11-7. And you see whatever this cup thing is. OKC 1-1 in the cup. Lakers 2-1 in the NBA Cup West B. What is that? Does anybody know what the hell that is? Does that mean anything? I've been watching. They've been talking about what teams are winning this cup, but I don't know what the hell it is. LeBron James passing out to the three, and they're going to have to reset it to Anthony Davis. Is that a shot clock violation? Oh, saying LeBron James is out of bounds. That's 3 turnovers for him. Oh, man, couldn't happen to a better guy. 10.6 assists, 3 turnovers for LeBron James. With the exception of Chandler and Islam, Hooker had some heavy damage during fights. Oh, yeah, he definitely did. I think it's like a tournament thing with cups. Adam says mid-season tournament. Okay, yeah, I don't understand how. I guess it makes it more interesting. Trying to be more like college basketball, maybe. They're like, oh, why is everybody watching college basketball? So maybe that's the reason. And OKC misses there. I still enjoy college basketball better. I was watching my Zags earlier, but they were. Is one of those games where they were not playing somebody that was up to their level. I think they were playing Davidson, and they were up by like 30 points when I turned it off. All right, 52 seconds. 50 seconds left here in the third. 15 on the shot clock for OKC. So the Lakers should get at least one more shot after this. Just 4 on the shot clock, and OKC is going to take a 3, and they bury it. Tie game. Lakers get the ball with 34.5 seconds left. This one could come down to a buzzer beater. And I can tell you guys how I like betting basketball games. So since the NBA, everybody knows that's an NBA fan that it's a game of runs. And you're going to see runs, so what I like to do is, okay, who's going to win? I think this team has an 80% chance of winning, whatever. There's going to be a streak at some point in the game where, say, the Lakers are the underdogs. They're by 3 points or whatever. I think OKC is going to win. Lakers go on a streak and they're up by 10. It happens pretty often. At that point, I'm going to go over to OKC and I'm going to say, okay, how many points can I get on them? I don't care what my money line is. I'm going to say, how many points are you going to give me for the end of the game? They're probably, if the Lakers are up by 10 and they're pretty close to even odds, they're probably going to give me 8.5 points. I'm going to take that. And there's the score for OKC. Because these runs, a lot of times these runs happen, and players have to rest. That's really the biggest reason for a lot of the runs, I think, in the NBA. Somebody has foul trouble. They have to rest. They have a little nagging injury, so they're trying not to play as much. But when it comes down to the end of the game, especially if it's close, generally you're going to have your best players in. So the game tightens up, and when you have good teams, usually it gets pretty close at the end of the game. So if you can get your spot, like I said, say you get 8.5 points, you know, you get the Thunder and 8.5 points, and you think they're gonna win. Like that's when you want to take that is during the live bet. How do you see a potential Gaethje Hooker matchup going? I want to say Gaethje knocks him out in before the end of the third round. I don't know if it's going to be a 3 or a 5 round fight if they fight, but I think Gaethje takes him out. Dan's is very hittable, and he has that style. He has kind of a berserker style, similar to Gaethje. Gaethje just hits a lot harder. Dan came up from featherweight. Gaethje's not a small lightweight. I think he could probably fight at welter, and he's one of the most powerful guys in that division. Hooker's almost a tweener. So, I mean, I think he can get away with trading shots with some of these guys. I don't think he can get away with trading shots with Justin Gaethje. I think he'll go down. What do you think, Torn? Anybody who wants to talk about anything, too, we can... we can take some phone calls. Figure out how to move all this down. There we go. So no pressure, but if anybody wants to call in, there's the number 425-791-8730. You can call in and talk about whatever you want. And that to be basketball, can be, can be what you did for Thanksgiving, can be what fights you looking forward to coming up. Phil Hooker is a more technical striker than Justin, possibly. I don't know. Justin is just such a berserker, though. I think Gaethje was 1 Tiger Tank and Holloway was 5 Shermans. What's up?
I thought we agreed never to talk about the Holloway Gaethje fight on this podcast again.
Oh, son of a bitch.
Did we agree? I don't remember. Did we fucking agree on that?
Because... Well, I thought we were talking about... Well, but we're talking about a potential rematch. What do you think about that?
I say, see my original statement. There is no reason. On paper, there's no reason Holloway should have beat Gaethje. None.
And that was kind of my point. I want to see what happens. Like, it felt like a fluke.
No, it wasn't a fluke. It was the same shit that happened to DJ when he fought Cejudo the second time. When DJ was in the run-up to that second Cejudo fight, I remember he was in the press conference call, or the conference call with the press, and they're talking about his next fight, like a super fight with Volkanovski, I think, or some shit, right?
Yeah.
And he responded to the reporter saying that, and then Henry pipes up and goes, whoa, DJ, you haven't fought me again yet. Don't go count your chickens. I think Gaethje expected to roll through Holloway like he was nothing. Yeah. Like a senior in high school rolling over a 6th grader. And when he realized there was more resistance than what he thought was going to be there, he wasn't prepared for it. Gaethje's Gaethje's specialty within the lightweight division is his cardio and his heart.
Yeah.
Which is awesome. Unless you're fighting Max Holloway, whose entire being is fucking cardio and heart. That would be like a power lifter trying to arm wrestle fucking Superman. It's just...
Yeah, but I just thought Justin hits a lot harder.
Well, yeah, but Max Holloway, like his entire brain is CTE now. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you hit him. You can run him over and it's not going to fucking matter. And I don't know. Did they fight in fucking Dubai? They didn't fight in Dubai,
no,
did they?
They fought at in Vegas at the what the hell do they call it? The Sphere.
Yeah. No, they weren't on the Sphere card. They weren't on the Sphere card.
No, they were UFC 300. That's right. I'm not sure why I was saying that. They were UFC 300. It was Vegas. It was UFC 300. Yeah.
But I don't know. I think if Coach Travis can keep him from putting 50, 60 to 100% on each punch.
Yeah.
I think Justin's got a chance. But I mean, Justin is a collegiate wrestler who is somewhat hood, who's never been street fight as far as I know in his life. Whereas fucking Holloway is like, he grew up on the island, man. Why not? I mean, I see Holloway playing with his food. I see Holloway playing with his food. I see Justin getting frustrated, and I don't know. 50% of me thinks that Gaethje's going to knock him out in the first round. And the other 50% of me says that if he doesn't knock him out in the first round, Holloway's going to drag his ass into the fourth round and fucking make him look silly. And that's, I mean, when would they fight? When would they fight? Spring? Would they fight in warm weather, or would they fight in cold weather?
Well, I would think that both of them are going to want to have a fight by spring, so I would think it would be spring.
You don't think this is one of Dana's fucking, here's a surprise wintertime fight in like Toronto or some dumb shit?
I mean, it could be. I guess it has been a little while for both of them.
Hasn't it? It's been 6 months.
Yeah.
So maybe spring. They've got Adesanya type money, so.
Yeah, they both do. I like that Hooker fight for Gaethje though. I think that's a good winnable fight for him.
I'm tired of seeing Dan Hooker get fucking offered up as tribute, bro. Like, and he'll do it because he's a Caucasian from the mountains of Australia.
Oh yeah, he's a cocky son of a bitch, no doubt.
Yeah, but I don't know. I'd pay to see Max Holloway, Dan Hooker. I'd watch that fight 7 days a week.
Holloway and Hooker? Yeah?
Oh yeah.
That could be interesting.
I honestly think Dan Hooker is the worst matchup for Max Holloway. I absolutely think it.
Why? Technical striking?
Technical striking, their body styles are damn near the same. Their body size are damn near the same.
He could end up countering Holloway a lot. Holloway is very hittable.
I mean, well, yeah. I could see Dan establishing that cheap kick like a jab, and Holloway getting kind of frustrated, or just turning it into a Derek Lewis versus Ngannou fight. Yeah.
God, yeah. Hope we never see anything like that again.
I don't
know. That was a natural disaster. That was.
Well, fucking Derek just hurt his back. Derek had just hurt his back.
Yeah.
And Francis didn't want to get beat up by a convict because he's heard stories about prisoners from America.
Well, no, Stipe had beaten the fear into him. He had to get a lot of counseling to get over that.
gentlemen, let's not fucking fool ourselves about the Stipe Ngannou fight. Francis Ngannou was in Paris. Francis fucking Ngannou was in Paris until fucking Tuesday, the week of that fight. He didn't even land until fucking Thursday, early a.m., which means he was still jet lagged at the fucking weigh-ins, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Ngannou.
Oh, no, it's just, dumb on his part.
I think Ngannou shows up a week earlier in New York City. Ngannou fucking. I think the John Jones Stipe fight never happens because I think Ngannou puts Stipe into a fucking coma. I honestly do because
possibly.
But I think Gaethje. I think Gaethje Holloway. It's whatever it's going to be. It's going to be fucking fireworks for as long as it's going to be going.
Yeah.
That's for damn sure. Where would you put him? Is there anything on any cards in January yet?
I mean, I know there is some fights booked, but I got to bring up to see what we got here.
I mean, it's been a while since Adesanya fought. He's probably started a cult somewhere in Malaysia. He's probably on a beach. Freaking Pereira, he wants to fight tomorrow.
Yeah, he always wants to fight.
Oh, why wouldn't you? Fucking why wouldn't you? If you had adamantium bones like freaking Wolverine, why wouldn't you?
Oh no, looks like there is nothing. Oh no, there's like 2 fights scheduled for the January 11th card, and it's not guys that are probably even going to be on the main card. So yeah, there's probably an announcement coming here soon, I'm sure, for Q1 fights.
Oh, and when are we gonna have fucking? Who did Bo Nickel fight? Was that Paul Craig?
Yeah, it's Paul Craig.
Oh my god!
He needs to step it up.
He was scared of Paul Craig's grappling, bro. He was scared. He was fucking scared. Yeah. I guess I would be. I don't know.
There's the fight. Why it says Conor versus Ngannou next.
I think Conor would sign up for it.
Fucking Irish people don't even like Conor anymore.
Well, so I don't know, man. I don't know. Fucking, if you're in Conor McGregor isn't walking into churches. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
So if you're in his sphere, you're probably already on 2 or 3 drugs. You're there for the party. You know what I'm saying? You're there for the fucking party.
Yeah, I'm just saying, I was surprised as to how
girls at Taylor Swift dance parties, and people are getting locked up for talking about it on Facebook. That ain't no shit.
Wow.
So all of the online hate, all of the online hate you're seeing from the UK, Ireland, Wales, Scotland, shit like that, always be a little suspect of what you're seeing from over there because it's tightly controlled. And Canada's getting there too. But I refer you to the statement that Louis Farrakhan made in 91, 2 or 3, whenever Mikey caught his charge. That woman went up to his hotel room at 3 o'clock in the fucking morning. You know what I'm saying?
Whether this time is true or not, and I know I've talked about this till I'm blue in the face, but I don't care because there has been so many stories about Conor McGregor that the guy they're not all fake. Like, there was so many witnesses when he punched that lady in the stomach and threw her off her yacht on his birthday, and then he drugged some lady.
Okay, look. You could wake me up. You could wake me up out of a coma and say that somebody said Conor did that, and I'll 100% co-sign on that.
Yeah.
That's Irish fucking behavior. Irish men are feminists. They don't pull their punches with women. You know what I'm saying? They believe in equal rights. You know what I'm saying? If I hit a dude for that, I'm gonna hit a chick for that. And you gotta respect that, Mikey. Yeah. They're very honest people.
To each their own.
But as far as him freaking, violating and taking something I don't know. If you've got all the money in the world, I mean, there's places you go to do that to people, like Epstein Island and shit like that.
You would think.
Right? Yeah. I mean, I'm always a little suspect of.
But also, you got like Cosby. I mean, he could have had whatever he wanted.
But he had that image, though, bro. He had that image.
He had the money.
He had that image, like everybody. I remember being younger. I'm dating a black guy. He's just like Bill Cosby. And like that, he was the standard for good and decent African American men. So
yeah,
he had to be sneaky about that. He couldn't be freaking snorting cocaine at the bar and then snatching up the freaking waitresses. He couldn't be doing that in public. But I don't know. I wasn't there. I know that. But given the amount of dishonesty, clout chasing, and greed that goes on, I don't know. If he really did it, he would have just cut the broad a check.
It wouldn't surprise me either way.
There's the guy's got PR teams with PR teams for their PR team.
Yeah,
they would have cut her a check.
Yeah.
Cut her a check, took her fucking phone, gave her a brand new one. Here you go, honey. Fucking remember to drink proper 12. Support your local MMA fighter, that kind of shit.
Yeah, no. What I was most amazed about those is the defense lawyer for Conor McGregor, and when he was addressing the jury at the end, and he said, "We know that we understand that you do not like this man. You may even loathe him. This is not something that you need to pretend that is not true. We're not asking you to invite him to Sunday dinner." Like, not word for word, but very, very close.
But absolutely none of that means my client is guilty.
No, exactly. I was just surprised because I thought he was still mostly loved in Ireland.
Well, the Irish hate two things. One, the English, and two, any Irishman who succeeds. It's like when I was living in the hood. When I was living in the hood, man, a lot of the people I hung out with hated a lot of shit, but man, I ain't never seen motherfuckers hate a motherfucker so much as they did to somebody who got out the hood, bro.
Yeah.
And the guy McGregor was on fucking food stamps.
Oh yeah.
He was on food stamps when he was Cage Warriors. Did he have the Cage Warriors belt or cage fighting?
He did have 2 belts in Cage Warriors. He was a 2-weight champ there too. I have no idea when he was on food stamps and when he wasn't. But
I believe he was still on food stamps when he won the fucking championship in Cage Warriors, bro.
Huh.
So
yeah,
we're not talking about one of the modern fighters like Bo Nickel or Justin Gaethje or Dominic Reyes that grew up in a affluent family, got into track, realized that cardio could be a weapon. You know what I'm saying? Those guys, that wasn't Conor McGregor. Conor McGregor was a proper freaking scouser, bro. He was a street brawling some bitch. And you take a guy like that, this ain't trading places with Eddie Murphy. You take a guy like that out of the row houses in Birmingham or some shit like that, or Glasgow or Dublin, and you put him on a Lamborghini yacht with some of the biggest.
Oh, I get it. Oh, dude, if I had money like that, if I got money like that, fucking today, I might not be doing the same shit as Conor, but I would be doing some stupid, crazy shit. Yeah. It would not fit.
I would be doing Elon shit. I would be buying the shit. I would be buying the companies that fuck my feet up on Facebook. That's what I would do.
Well, yeah, if you have that kind of money, yeah.
Yeah, I would I would disappear. I would just.
Yeah,
I would have
when did this like banning free speech become such a cool thing? I don't understand what the hell happened.
Obama got elected. Obama got
Ooh.
elected. He inherited. Just hold on. Obama got elected. He inherited the war, and therefore he inherited all the CIA shit that was going on, and he inherited the secrecy that Bush W inherited from the Clintons, who inherited it from Bush Sr., who inherited it from Reagan, and Reagan got it because of Kissinger. But Obama, it started bad with Obama because that's when your smartphones came out. 06, 07, 08.
What's up, Josiah? Good night, brother.
Facebook came about in 04, but it didn't blow up until about 06, 07. And you were able, through government regulating agencies, to put pressure on these social media companies, and they control the media. I mean, you don't ask a guy like that kind of question, Mikey.
Oh, no doubt.
Because I will take you down the hole with me, son. With me, son. But dude, what's our? Do we got any big? I mean, we've got John Jones versus Aspinall ? What fucking March of 2026? I mean,
now John's saying he's like, oh, I'll sit out a year. He wants the fight. John wants the fight. He'll take the fight. He's like, pay me, bitch. He's like, I don't care. If I have to sit out a year, if I get a few more million, I'll do it. He's like, I'm going to make you sweat.
But he said he'd fight in the spring or summer against Pereira. Didn't he? He said I believe he said Pereira and me International Fight Week sounds pretty cool, doesn't it?
Yeah, and then I don't think that fight's going to happen first, though. I don't know. I guess it's possible. It's John Jones. He turns around on 24 hours. Like 48 hours ago, we thought it was a done deal. Like him and Tom were both saying, "Oh, we're negotiating," and I guess I don't know, negotiations fell apart or something. Because today John's talking about taking a year off.
Well, that's probably part of the negotiation. Like
exactly.
They cut him down. They cut him down 10 million less than what he wants.
Yeah.
Some shit like that.
And as much as I'm not a big John Jones fan. Good for him. Get your money.
I think Aspinall would be the type of guy to forego his own pay and give it to John just to make the fight happen. To be honest, I think Aspinall's that kind of guy.
Yeah, could be. He's a better man than me. If I was in that position, it's about the money. You ain't making, you're only having so many fights in your career. You better get every damn dime you can for every fight.
Well, I'm just saying, Tom is going to do whatever it takes to get this fight.
Yeah, no,
I don't think he's going to be desperate like Michael fucking dumbass Chandler. What the fuck, Conor McGregor? Where are you at?
Oh, Conor. I can't believe he called Conor out again. I was like, dude, what? Like, what planet are you on right now?
I can't. Have you ever heard that motherfucker talk for longer than 90 seconds?
He didn't fight for 3 years waiting for Conor.
I don't know. Yeah. I don't know. The thing about Chandler is almost the most dangerous person at any given time in the lightweight division, but he's never the most dangerous man at any given time. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't understand.
He's explosive. He's definitely fun to watch fight.
Yes, absolutely. But if you could just put a mute button on that motherfucker and get like his coach or somebody to speak for him, like Ed Soares or something. Yeah. Ed didn't talk for Anderson Silva because Anderson couldn't speak English. Ed talked for Anderson Silva because Anderson Silva couldn't put a fucking sentence together and make it sound sensible. Now you're telling me
I miss Anderson's English. He's freaking hilarious.
It's normal. It's normal, guys.
Yeah, exactly.
It's normal. I'm supposed to have 15,000 times the amount of testosterone in my blood. Look at me. Look at me. It's normal, guys. But, man, I don't know.
Well, Wyatt says he thinks Joe Pyfer would beat Bo Nickel. I don't know, but you think Pyfer's... I don't think Pyfer's wrestling defense is that good. I think Nickel beats Pyfer.
When's the last time you seen Justin Gaethje fucking take somebody down?
World Series of Fighting? Has he gotten a takedown in the UFC? I don't know that he has.
Michael Johnson.
Okay, I guess that would be the last one.
I think he took down Michael Johnson.
Yeah. Okay, that's probably the last one then. Yeah.
But somebody have to Google that shit. Rob needs to Google that shit. It's probably fucking sleep 30 for Rob right now though. Oh wait, no. Is he out there on the East Coast with you or West Coast?
Oh, he's out on the East Coast. He's definitely sleeping now. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
You know, he starts drinking about 5 o'clock in the morning, so.
Man, I never understood how people could do that. Dude, I knew alcoholics that were the fastest and hardest working motherfuckers I was ever on a roof with.
Oh,
or
yeah.
on a concrete job with.
Yep, me too.
But then again, some of the most worthless people I know have been alcoholics. I didn't get it. And then my wife went into a coma, and I had to work because, you know, you don't know. So you got to keep going. You know, you got a house to pay for, animals to take care of, so this, that, and the other.
Yeah.
But then my wife went into her coma, and then I understood how people could drink a fifth of Jack Daniels from the time they wake up to the time they go to sleep every day and function perfectly fine. So I guess, you know, never knock something till you try it, I guess.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. I've always been, you know, maybe a couple drink a day guy. Two to three.
You know, you go camping, you know, and from the time you park your shit in the parking lot.
Oh yeah, that's different. That's, yeah, you don't have to work. Yeah.
Right, but I never been much of a drinker. Mikey, I don't know if you know this, but I smoke marijuana.
I've heard.
I smoke an ounce of weed about every 5 days. There are 77 5-day periods in each 365-day year, which means I smoke an average of 4.5625 pounds of weed a year. Yeah, I smoke a pot roast every year.
Oh, Jesus.
Of weed, basically.
That's a lot of weed.
What type of sound you got going on? Didn't he just lose against that South African dude?
Yeah, Dricus Du Plessis, yeah. In a fight, he was winning. He's got nothing scheduled.
Who do we put him up against? Bobby Knuckles again? For what reason? No reason.
No, they've fought 3 times already. No. God, I'm trying to think who would be a good... I think Strickland's got something. I feel like he's got something scheduled.
Strickland is the Du Plessis fight.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. He's got the next shot then. I hope Strickland gets it. But, Adesanya. I don't know. Yeah, maybe put him in Bo Nickel. I don't know.
Colby moves up to 185 in his first fights against Israel. Those would be some press conferences, bro.
Oh, that's for damn sure. Yeah, Adesanya might kill him. Like, not, you know, outside of the ring.
Yeah. I don't know. Colby likes to call it police.
Yeah, but Colby's got to fight next week, I think.
Shut the fuck up. We're getting you.
Is it not next week? Maybe it's the next week. It's very quick. It's very soon there. I'm on the UFC side. I'll tell you what we 2 weeks coming against Joaquin Buckley.
Really?
Yep, main event.
That doesn't look good for Colby given his last 2 performances.
It's not an easy fight. That's for sure.
I mean, I don't know how that's going to go for Colby. Colby might take a look at Joaquin and have a flashback from an alley in Miami.
Yeah.
From a poker game he didn't have the money to pay for, so he had to pay with some ass.
Right.
I don't know. Joaquin Buckley's built like a Marvel superhero.
Yeah.
Isn't he?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Like he's built like the last guy you want to be your cellmate in prison, right? Like,
yeah.
That Joaquin Buckley?
Yeah, he's the one that had the crazy flip kick knockout. Yeah.
Yeah, and the guy he knocked out's now what, champion? the champion now in some organization? I just saw a article on it.
Oh yeah, Impa Kasangane, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Good for him.
Impa lost today, but he was the champion the year before in their yearly tournament.
But yeah, Joaquin Buckley kicks you so hard, he fucking makes you a champion in another promotion.
Yeah, you're going somewhere else.
Yeah, I don't think Kobe's ever faced anybody like that before.
Yeah,
God, I'd love to see a 2022 Colby Covington or 2020 Colby Covington at 185 versus Adesanya. I think that'd be a barn burner.
It'd be interesting.
I think that sells 300,000 pay-per-views.
Oh yeah, I think so too.
I honestly do. We're running out of stars, Mikey.
I'm holding out that they are going to sign with Netflix, and it's going to be the end of pay-per-view, or at least the end of pay-per-view for a while. ESPN got too fucking greedy.
Everybody got too greedy.
Dude, $85 fucking dollars? No, I'll miss it. I'll miss it before I pay. Obviously, you know, I'm creative. I find a way to watch it, but I'll miss the damn thing before I pay $85.
Yeah, 100% agreed. I don't know. All of their burgeoning superstars have brothers and uncles and children named Muhammad, bro.
Yeah.
Think about it. Fucking. Who do we got as stars right now? John Bones Jones. Next fight, he'll be done. We got Tom Aspinall waiting on John Jones. We've got.
We don't know if he's a star yet, though, either.
I'd call him a star. He's the closest thing we got to it in the heavyweight division. Nobody's even saying fucking Cyril Gahn's name anymore. Oh, his footwork is world class and his striking is world class. He got out wrestled by Ngannou, and the world hasn't said fucking dick about a Cyril Gahn. Stipe is fucking done. He's plunging toilets in a Cleveland fire station right fucking now. He's done. He's laughing his ass off. He's gonna soak up that city pension, and he's gonna live on an all-inclusive resort. That's what he's gonna. Stipe's gonna retire to fucking Cancun, to the resort. Where all he has to do is check a box in the morning on the menu and hand it to the fucking bellhop.
Wyatt agrees with you. He says Aspinall and DDP are the only rising stars left. Everyone else will be gone soon.
Well, we've got Khamzat. We've got Islam. We've got Patty. I know everybody hates Patty, but I love his cocky little fucking ass.
Oh, you got Ian Machado Gary if you're gonna go there too. I think he's, as much as I'm not the biggest fan, he's pretty freaking talented.
Isn't he fighting? Isn't that Khamzat's next fight? Is Ian Gary?
He's got a tough fight next. I thought it was Rachmanov.
No, it's Rachmanov.
Yes, that's a very tough
we're not
fight.
gonna hear any more about the fucking cuck anymore.
That's a very tough fight. Yeah.
Fucking shit. I wouldn't want to fight Rachmanov. I mean, you can't even tell what the fuck he is. Is he Azerbaijani? Is he Tibetan? Is he Nepalese?
Oh, it's like he's made out of fucking rock.
Jeez. Like that looks like the kind of guy where if your plane crashes on the side of the Himalayas, that's the guy that fucking comes get you. And all he's got on is a pair of fucking wrestling shoes and some fucking board shorts, and he's on the side of the mountain. Hey, big guy, let me help you down here. Yeah, no. Like fucking Ian Gary's gonna beat that. Get the fuck out of here. Also, I think the UFC should be fined for promoting self-hate lifestyles like Ian Gary's is. Because if you're a cuck, that's self-hate, bro.
Yeah, it's bad. It's bad with him. You're right. Yeah, I don't understand how anybody can do that to themselves. Why it says Hazmat is likely to go to prison is likely to go to prison as he is to become champion. He said, yeah, maybe.
He'll be champion in prison, so fuck it.
Oh, yeah? What was that?
Shit.
Yeah, like that movie Undisputed. Yeah.
What we got? Is Sugar still good, or is Sugar still where the fuck?
Oh, O'Malley? I would think so. I don't think he has a fight. He doesn't have a fight scheduled, I'm pretty sure.
Fastest hands and feet and best footwork I've ever seen in the fucking UFC. I'm not saying he's the best boxer.
Yeah.
or the best TKD guy.
He's definitely got very good footwork, and yeah.
But his hands are so fast.
Yeah.
His hands are so fast.
No, for sure. Yeah, and he was smart not to, he doesn't lift too many weights. Like the way that he trains, I think is very smart to, not lose that hand speed. Obviously, he's naturally gifted there.
And what's he fighting at, featherweight?
Bantamweight.
So is that 35?
Yeah.
35? I don't understand why Sean doesn't fight in the lightweight division.
Lightweight? 20 pounds up?
I don't. Dude, he's gonna get his grown body. He's gonna get his grown man body here soon. He's gonna be 25. He's already 25, right?
Maybe featherweight then. Yeah, 25, 26.
Yeah, he's gonna have his grown man body here real quick. Man, that's gonna be the determining factor.
All right, this pitiful NBA game is over, guys. 101-93, Oklahoma City.
Well, at least Oklahoma's got something to be happy about.
Yeah, this was kind of like, I'd be happy whoever loses, I guess, for this one, because I can't stand LeBron James, but I also can't get behind Oklahoma City because they stole our fucking basketball team, so.
Motherfucker. There's no more Sonics? There's no more Seattle Supersonics?
Since 2008, no. Where have you been?
16
not years
paying
ago.
attention to the fucking rigged ass NBA. That's where I've been. I've been three places. I've been three places since 2008. In prison, in the pussy, and watching your fucking streams about MMA. I ain't been paying attention to the nothing but ass league.
All right.
Which is what I call the NBA.
Fair enough. I just brung up this December 14th card, last card of the year. It's in Tampa, Florida. So it's
it's gonna be wild.
Oh, dude, it's stacked. I hadn't really looked at this yet. We got Colby and Buckley. You got Cub Swanson and Billy Quarantillo. I know Cub's getting old, but Adrian Yanez, Daniel Marcos. Yeah, Manel Kopp and Bruno Silva. It's for a fight night. This is a pretty good looking card.
Well, it's Tampa. It's gonna be crazy.
I wish I could go. Fuck, I loved Florida. I like wild places and wild people. I don't want to end up in jail or anything, but I just like being around it.
Mikey, I've been and lived all over this great nation of ours. And I will say that I realize that the farther away from the Midwest that you get, the nicer the people actually become for some reason.
Really?
The Midwest is full of cunts. Like, I don't get it. But I will say this. The farther west of the Mississippi you get, and as soon as you get south of the Ohio River, the country is a completely different fucking place.
Yeah.
Like I lived in Pensacola for 6 months, and the demarcation line between poverty and upper tax brackets. So I was living in a trailer park that was on sand. Okay, that was the trailer park. It was on sand. Literally across the street, we had an asphalt gravel type street, right? Or the narrow one-laners.
Yeah.
Right across the street from our trailer park, there was a $2 million freaking McMansion job. Right across the street from us.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, Land Rovers, Range Rovers, Mercedes in the driveway. And then 20 yards away, you had 1987 Pontiac Firebirds up on blocks.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's weird down in Florida. But Mikey, I'm honored you took my call, but I have to go to bed with my darling wife.
All right. Well, thank you.
We've had 2 nights of turkey and mashed taters and gravy, stuffing, corn, green beans and bacon, hard potatoes, homemade fudge, homemade buckeye bars, cookie cake.
Oh, sounds good. Everybody's going to grab something to eat now.
and I had to deal with a fire by hand. So it has been a full day, Mr. Mikey.
All right. Well, have a good day, brother. I appreciate you calling in.
You too, Mikey. Thank you for taking my call. Okay. Have a good night.
Night. Jason Kagan, everyone. I know we got a little bit away from basketball, but always fun talking with Jason. Like I said, this is the first time, though, I've looked at this UFC fight night coming up in Tampa. It's the last card of the year, so which means we're going to go 2 weeks without a UFC. We went this last week. Next week, we got UFC 310. Actually, well, no, let's look at this one first. Then we'll go to UFC 310. But like I was talking about, main event, Colby Covington, Joaquin Buckley. That's a firefight. A lot of people own guns in Florida. It is a stand your ground state. Yeah, it depends on what part of the Midwest you're talking about. Mike, have you ever thought about moving to Florida? I heard you say you like that state. I don't think the wife would probably move there. I've only been to Orlando. I'm sure there's parts of the state, from what I've heard, that I probably wouldn't like. But yeah, I like a little chaos. Like, I like a little wild, and it's not wild enough here for me. I swear I could live in Vegas too. I know people say they couldn't live in Vegas, but I feel like I would be right at home there. I would be the reason that people left Vegas. Some crazy people in Florida. Yeah, like I said, I was only in Orlando, and Orlando is a very organized city. I don't know if you've ever been there, Torrin, but I went there to Disney World, and I was getting upset by the amount of security at first, but then I realized, like, oh, these guys, just listen to these guys, and like, everything's gonna go super smoothly everywhere you go. Like, there is no stress. They're there to take care of you, literally hold your hand and serve you. Like, it was it made things way less stressful. Miami is way more wilder and crazier than Orlando. Yeah, I wouldn't want to live in Miami. I think I'd end up probably dead or in jail if I lived in Miami, because I don't put up with assholes very well. And I'm sure, that's a cocaine capital. Sure, there's a lot of assholes there. I see somebody beating up a woman or beating a wife or something, I kind of like to take it upon myself to beat on that guy a little bit. My grandfather lives in Florida. He's in the Jacksonville area. A lot of swamp in Jacksonville, right? If I'm not mistaken. Amanda Hebes, Mackenzie Dern. I really like this fight too. At strawweight, Dern an underdog for this one at plus 136. It's a big step up for Mackenzie Dern. If she can get in there, if she can beat Amanda Hebes, and she can do it, it doesn't have to be dominant. It just has to be impressive. It can be fight of the night in a split decision. If it's a badass fight, Mackenzie Dern puts herself, right in line for a title shot. Swamps all over Florida. Well, yeah. My Uber driver was showing me pictures of the alligator that's in his backyard. He has a little pond, and he didn't fence it off, and he ended up with an alligator in his pond. No getting rid of it. You can't do anything with them. They're protected there, apparently. But Cub Swanson, Billy Quarantillo. God, Cub is old. That's the only I want to be excited about this fight. I am a little bit, but damn, Cub is old. Vitor Petrino, Dustin Jacoby. Is there any more appropriate fight at light heavyweight than those guys? I mean, I don't know what their rankings are, if they have rankings or whatever. Like, seems like those guys should be fighting each other. Cub is 41. Well, if he's a young 41, you never know. That guy still never had a boring fight. I did not see Chandler's delusional comments about it, I think. I seen his in the cage interview. I haven't seen anything since. What did he think? Did he think he was winning that fight or something? But Adrian Yanez, man, this guy was a rising star, and he's really hit a wall. He's a slight underdog against Daniel Marcos, and generally, I would say, man, I want to jump on. I'm going to get Yanez at underdog money against a guy that I don't know that's really that dangerous. Usually I would really jump on that quickly, but there's some question marks about Yanez. I'm not sure he's still on the way up. Even though he's not that old, I think he might be on the slide. Speaking about old guys that have been around forever too, Michael Johnson, he's got to be close to 41 too, taking on Otman Izatir of Morocco. He's a 2-1 favorite though. Joel Alvarez, Drakkar Klose. This is another fun fight. Look at this. You guys know how good Drakkar Klose is. It's always fun. He's almost a 3-1 underdog here against Joel Alvarez. Alvarez is up and coming. Johnson getting up in age for sure. Chandler said that he beats Oliveira 9 times out of 10. Like, dude, shut up. You literally had 2 opportunities to do it. You failed twice. Oliveira is better than you. Michael Johnson is 38. Yeah, I'm not surprised that Michael Chandler doesn't understand math. But it's like, dude, you've already lost the first 2. You literally can't win 9 out of 10. Like, you would have to win 8 in a row to beat him 80% of the time. And that's not happening. Yeah, that's... I believe that Oliveira could beat him 9 times out of 10, probably. That might be an accurate statement. But Joel Alvarez, Drakkar Klose, like I said, that's a banger, and never count Drakkar Klose out. Sean Woodson coming back against Fernando Padilla. Monel Kopp, this is a guy, it's like, God, if he can freaking make weight, I wish they would put him at bantamweight. The guy was absolutely sensational as the bantamweight champion in Ryzen. And taking on Bruno Silva here, this is a fight he should win. But will he make weight? I don't know. I don't know that he can continue to make 125. He's on death's door every time. It seems like he's missed weight more times than he's made it since he came in the UFC. This has got to be a Dana thing, saying if you want to fight here, you got to fight at 125. This is where we got a spot for you, and that's just stupid in my opinion. Then he said he was beating Charles on the feet. Like, dude, Charles beating you up standing, even had you running. Knocked him down a couple times, right? I think they should do Holloway versus Chandler, International Fight Week in July on a big pay-per-view card. It's a fun fight. Cobb also has no chin at 25, bad on all fronts. Yeah, agreed, Wyatt, and why they want to continue to force this man, this square peg into the round hole that is the flyweight division. Just it's sad. It makes me sad because I feel like you're just destroying a talent, a guy that I think has so much potential, could have been champion in the UFC. And you put him in a weight class that he just... It's almost like TJ Dillashaw making flyweight. And you guys seen the death's door he was on to make flyweight when he got knocked out by Cejudo in 11 seconds. I mean, maybe not quite there, but like it's right there. This guy is not a flyweight. Maybe Dana will make Pereira fight at 170 next. Right? Holloway already said on his YouTube channel he's done with featherweight division. It will be his new home permanently. He also said he doesn't plan on coming back until July. Oh, I knew that he was staying at lightweight now. I didn't realize. Excuse me, it's getting late here. I did not realize that he wasn't coming back until July. Yeah, I mean, he just got knocked out, so makes sense against Topuria, and I felt like it didn't feel right him dropping back down, even for the title shot, because he had put on so much muscle to go to lightweight. I know there's guys that can fluctuate, like they can go up a weight class and they can come back down. When you gain the weight, though, and I always go back to Roy Jones Jr. in boxing, top pound for pound fighter of all time. I think he honestly could have been the greatest, top pound for pound in the world at one time, fighter of the decade in the 90s. I think he could have been the greatest fighter of all time. I mean, literally, if he would have retired, 50 wins, never being defeated against John Ruiz when he wins the heavyweight championship, I don't think there's much argument in that. But he put on the muscle. He got all the way up to 200 pounds, but solid muscle. Like, he was chiseled. And then he drops back down to light heavyweight, and you guys seen what happened. His chin was never the same. I just think you don't, when you gain that weight like Holloway did, you're putting muscle on. He didn't go to eat. He didn't go to the buffet line to be 10 pounds heavier, or he didn't just not cut weight. Like, he added seemingly 8 to 10 pounds of muscle. And then you're gonna try to pull that off? Not really. Like, it's gonna make life significantly more difficult. Like to see Max have a layup, then retire. Man already has brutal CTE. Even if he retires now, it's gonna be effed at 40. Yeah, it's pretty sad, and everybody loves Max. But yeah, you listen to him talk, and that's why I used to be a big Dana White fan. I'm not saying I hate the guy like some people, but I'm getting less and less respect for him. Because I see guys, like Max Holloway and other guys, and he doesn't even address it. He really doesn't seem to care. And, like, I can't get behind that. Like, at the end of the day, like, dude, it's just money you're making. It's just money. And you have so much of it. Like, why not take a guy like Max Holloway and pull him aside and be like, hey, why don't you fight one more and get out of here? Yeah, he's only 32. I knew he was fairly young. 32. He'll be 33, what's that, next week? December 4th. So, still very young. Jordan says, still bothers me this day how Dana White took away fighters' sponsorship, the shorts on them. A lot of fighters were mad about that, including Rampage Jackson. Oh, absolutely. And I would tell you for the fighters, the league would suffer. But for the fighters, get Dana White out of there tomorrow. Like, seriously, get him out of there. Put in somebody like a Daniel Cormier. Or put somebody in there, one of these guys that's more into PR and stuff, and cares about the reputation of the UFC for paying their fighters, and maybe get these guys a little better deal. Like, maybe they should actually get paid to wear the Crypto.com outfits. It's messed up a lot of fighters' money when he took that sponsorship away. Oh, absolutely. And I think if they go to Netflix, I think they should bring it back. I think there should maybe be something, like maybe be a committee, like, okay, these are the approved sponsors. If you're worried about the Condom Depot, which is so much worse than Crypto.com, No, it's not. Um, have a list of approved sponsors. And if somebody wants to work with a company, okay, run that by our sponsorship team. We got a sponsorship team. They're gonna give you a yay or nay. They'll talk about it for 2 weeks or however long it is, and they're gonna say, okay, yeah, you guys can be sponsored by Spalding. Anybody who wants to be sponsored by Spalding, go for it. Dana White basically used Chris Lieben. If you're going to be honest, and Condom Depot, and took it and used as an excuse to screw over fighters' pay forever. What's up, Kyler? I haven't seen you in a while, man. How you been? Fighters wore their own shorts with sponsors on them. It gave fighters their own style. Everyone wears the same basic Venom UFC shorts. Agreed, man. Agreed. I loved that. But what else is on this card here real quick? Miranda Maverick. I don't know who the hell this Jamie Lynn Horth is. But besides GSP and kind of Mike Mowlett, like nobody good has came out of Canada in quite some time. This lady, she's 7-1. She's got 3 knockouts, 2 submissions. And I love you guys over there in Canada, but you gotta produce some more talent. You gotta come to the table with few more chips. Davey Grant, always a fun guy to watch versus Ramon Tavares. And some of these great matchmaking, you can tell it's end of the year card and how many fights are on this. I know they got a lot of contracts. They got to offer everybody 3 fights a year. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 fight prelim. Okay, and a 6 fight main card. So 13 fights. Not the longest card of the year. If nobody falls off, that's probably 2 more than an average pay-per-view at least. King James' majority of fighters' annual income was cut in half and they lost ability to promote on shorts. Absolutely. Abso-freaking-lutely. Visiting family in North Carolina, flying back to Wisconsin Sunday. Oh, awesome. Hope you got to do some cool stuff with them. Have a great Thanksgiving dinner. All that. They need to get rid of Dana. He's not a good person. He's a dirty individual in my book. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, I stood up for Dana and stood by him, and he's a complicated guy. Like, I appreciate a lot of the things he's done for the UFC. But right now he is, as far as pay and finances, he's definitely a detriment to the fighters. Let's check out this pay-per-view. This is next week. Oh, man, another stack card. I hadn't looked at this in a while. They've added some stuff. Starts out with Kennedy Zachekwu versus Lucas Brzezinski. That's a fun fight. Kennedy could get upset here. He could. That's a big favorite, minus 440. That's a really big number. My straw with Dana was when he started talking crap about Francis. Yeah, that was messed up, and it was so petty. Clay Guida, and God, what I hope is his last fight. His UFC website, isn't going to tell us how old this man is. How freaking old is this son of a bitch? 50? Is Clay Guida 50? No, I know he's not actually 50. But seems like he only fights. I guess he fought twice this year. And say it doesn't seem like he fights that often anymore either. Lost his last fight, but he won 2 in a row before that. It was in December of last year, though. So yeah, almost a year since he's fought, and Chase Hooper's just going to destroy him. This kid finally came into his own, I think, in his last fight. against what's his name, Slavklaj. I can't remember his actual name, but everybody calls him Slavaklaj. And if you got a cool name like that, you know you must be a badass. Kai says he might be 50. I'm surprised he's still. Dude, I feel like I'm in a fucking time warp. Seeing that Clay Guida is still fighting, I'm like, we have got to be in a simulation. Because Clay Guida's got to be in his 50s. But obviously he's not. He's how old, though? Pantoja versus Ascura, though. Michael Chiesa and Max Griffin. Don't sleep on that one. Max Griffin's a stud. Michael Chiesa, a guy that generally would be expected to walk through Max Griffin, I feel like. Not now. He hasn't been active in a really long time. I think Clay's 43. Yeah, I was thinking about that. It just, I feel like I was watching him fight in high school. I know I wasn't, but I know I wasn't because I'm 46 years old and he'd be old as hell if I was watching him in high school. But Joshua Van, Cody Durden coming back. Both of those guys pretty entertaining. This one, a catchweight bout. Okay, I was wondering what happened last, and that further stokes my curiosity. Eric Anders dropped out of the last fight. They didn't really say why. I think it was a weight cutting issue. I think he was at death's door, and they didn't want to talk about it. That's what I think happened there. But odds pretty much the same they were before. 310 is such a garbage card. Well, when you get into the main card, there's a few here that are like Randy Brown and Brian Battle. Oh, this is a prelims, though. This is still prelims. The prelims are pretty damn good here. Movsar Evliov and Aljamain Sterling. Second fight into the prelims. Like, that's pretty good. I think. Vicente Luque, of course, it was supposed to be Luque and Nick Diaz. We all know Nick Diaz is not going to be at that fight. I never really thought he was going to be. But, man, thoughts and prayers for Nick. From everything I see, it looks like he's not well. Why is Sterling on the prelims? That's a good question, though. I think a lot of these cards, Torin, and a lot of them I'm like they're garbage too. And yes, some of them definitely are. There was some really bad fight nights that came out. Some of these, they just have an issue with the order of the fights. Yeah, why not have Sterling and Evliov up on the main card? I know why they don't. It's because, they might wrestle. Whatever. Let them fight. Either cut them or let them fight. I don't know much about Themba Garimbo. I know I've seen him fight. Dominic Reyes, Anthony Smith. Why is Anthony Smith such a favorite here? Minus 340. I know Dominic Reyes has been going through some issues, but I would almost kind of expect the odds to be flipped on this. Like minus 340 for Reyes, plus 270 Smith. Maybe I'm crazy. Sterling's on the prelims, UFC 300 as well. Well, but it was an honor to be on the prelims of 300. I mean, all the prelim fights were as good as the main card. But yeah, I don't think he should be there now. It's because Aljo has been hated since that first Yawn fight. That's true. That's so stupid. It's called MMA for a reason. Not everyone is going to be a striker. Some fighters just have different styles. Agreed. And some of these people are not MMA fans. They're kickboxing fans. And they need to be told that there's such a thing as kickboxing. And they can go watch that. Okay, main card. Nate Landwehr, Dooho Choi. I hear your criticisms on that. If you have criticisms of that one. Stylistically, though, that's a fucking firefight. Both of these guys, I mean, they throw a ridiculous amount of volume. They're always trying to finish the fight. They're both crowd pleasers. That's my dark horse for fight of the night right there. Yes, King James, mixed martial arts. Exactly. Bryce Mitchell, Kron Gracie. Why is this fight happening? Why the fuck is this fight happening? And a better question of why is it happening? Why the fuck is it on the main card? I like Bryce Mitchell as much as the next guy. Do you guys know when the last fucking time Kron Gracie fought was? Because I don't. It's been a long fucking time, though. May of 2023. He lost to Charles Jourdain. Before that, he lost to Cub Swanson. Old ass Cub Swanson. Yes, Cub was old then. 2019, he was old. Dude took 4 fucking years off. So he hasn't won a fight since February of 2019. This guy has not won a fight in almost 6 years. Kron Gracie. I know he's the son of Rickson Gracie. You know what? Most of these new casual fans, I hate to say it, but they don't even know who the fuck they don't even know who Rickson fucking Gracie is. There's a lot of them that do not know who Rickson Gracie is, I guarantee you. So that one, definitely agree with you on that one. This is, it'd be hard to come up with an idea for a stupider fight on the main card than that one. That one should definitely be replaced with Evliov and Sterling. I would even replace with Dominic Reyes and Anthony Smith. That's a much better fight as well. Bryce is going to get the dub. He needs a comeback fight. He does, but Kron Gracie does not need to be fighting in the UFC. He's not at that level. I know his dad was incredible. Rampage said that was his reason for leaving the UFC back in 2015. Once they took away sponsorship, it switched to Reebok. And I don't blame him. I don't blame him. Don't mess with my money, man. And Dana's just lucky one of these fighters hasn't taken him back in the corner of a locker room and just beat the shit out of him. Because, that's one thing, and I know you're like, oh, yeah, they wouldn't do that. Don't fuck with people's money. Somebody fucks with my money, I'm probably gonna beat their ass. I'm not a fighter, but it's do not fuck with my money. Ever. Luke's fighting Themba Gorimbo. I do remember this guy. So there we go. Last 3 fights. Defeated Nico Price, unanimous decision. Brahimaj, unanimous decision. Fight before that, he knocked out Pete Rodriguez extremely quickly. What was that, a minute? 32 seconds. How long has he been in the UFC here, though? Okay, I guess he had 2 more in the UFC. Lost his first fight in the UFC, was submitted. Hasn't lost since. So he's won 4 in a row. I don't see Luke having a hard time with him still, though. Why is Kron Gracie even still in the UFC? He sucks. Absolutely. Gracie's stuck with jiu-jitsu and avoid MMA. I agree. Yeah. I mean, he's got incredible jiu-jitsu, but it's not 1993 anymore. It's not 2005. With, what's his name? Shit. Of course you had Royce in 93, but Damian Maia. If Damian Maia comes into the league today, I don't think he's a championship contender. Maybe with the right matchups. I don't know. Cyril Gane, Alexander Volkov. I don't feel like Cyril Gane wants to fight anymore. I don't think he's real interested in it. Luckily for him, he's got a lot of things going on. He's doing some movies, doing some acting. good. Do that, or take some. Hopefully he took some time off for that. Did a proper training camp. Volkov's dangerous for anybody, and as good as Gon's boxing and everything is, like, I don't know. Volkov's dangerous. Plus 260. I see him as a live dog. Co-main event here. Me and Jason were just talking about this. Shavkat Rakhmonov, Ian Machado, Gary. Big step up for Gary. This is the big one, Gary. He wanted to be pushed. He wants to be a star. He wants to get to the top. Dude, this is how you do it. You can defeat Shavkat Rakhmonov. You probably got a title shot. I don't see that happening, though. And then Alexander Pantoja, Kai Asakura. Main event. I don't know why Pantoja is headlining another pay-per-view. And people don't even know who Kai Asakura is. Let's be real. The guy came over from Ryzen. He hasn't even fought in the UFC. And he's getting a title shot. What the hell? Like, how in the hell is that happening? I know flyweight is shallow. And they wouldn't let DJ main event pay-per-views. And he was fighting a lot tougher guys. Ian getting 50-47. Or 50-45. Yeah, I think you're probably right. If he doesn't get finished late. Pantoja, Asakura, I don't know. I think Pantoja gets that. But yeah, I agree with you. Torin, I would take Evliov and Sterling, put it up there, and replace Bryce Mitchell and Kron Gracie with that fight. Everything else, like, I think it's a pretty decent main card. I know Cyril Gahn and Volkov, like, it seems kind of meaningless, but I think it'll be a fun fight. They are at number 2 and 3, so I don't know why it seems meaningless to me. I think maybe because it's just, there's Tom and John, and then there's everybody else. And I feel like Tom and John are so far ahead of everyone. Dana White excuse for taking away fighter sponsorship because the fighters looked like NASCAR drivers. That was his BS excuse. Well, NASCAR's pretty fucking popular. Like, I don't think nobody complains about the sponsorships in NASCAR. As far as I know, nobody's not watching NASCAR because they have too many sponsorships. So, yeah, I just think he was looking for a reason to capture more money from the guys that are actually making the money for the UFC, which is the fighters. It's ridiculous. It should... I don't know that I see it being reversed at this point, but it should be. It should be reversed. The only way I see that being reversed is if somebody else comes along, and I don't think PFL's... I don't think they're the kids to do it. They're the new kids on the block, and I think they're on their way out, to be honest. Somebody would have to show up with a league that competed with the UFC that actually maybe even surpassed them for a minute. Almost like Pride was back in the day, or Strikeforce was definitely pressuring them. I mean, they bought them out to get rid of the competition. Fighters should start a fighters union. Absolutely. Absolutely they should. Problem is Dana and all of these guys he has with him, a lot of these guys, the matchmakers, everybody in there, those guys are so up in everybody's business. That's why they want them to train at the Apex, because they don't want to not hear what these guys are saying for more than a couple days. I think they are terrified. I think these guys are terrified that the fighters will unionize one day. Just be glad once UFC gets rid of Dana. I didn't think I'd ever say that, Torin, but I think I'm finally with you. Why they're still using that Apex? Oh yeah, the Apex is crazy. Do you think they'll try to continue to have as many fight nights as they're having now if they go to Netflix? I think it's too much. I think that is the reason for the Apex because at this point, I think that's a lot of it just because it's hard to sell out that many places, and the UFC doesn't want to be shown as not selling places out or not coming close to selling places out. Torn says, I doubt it. Yeah, I think it's just too many. Like, what's a good number? I think 25 cards a year. Like, that's perfect. So, like, I mean, that's a card every other week, and then a 2 week break from the second week of December until January, like we have now, like we almost always do. And that's 25 weeks. And no more pay-per-views. Like I said, you can have them numbered, and have them illustrious, and great production and all that. But get rid of the pay-per-view part of it. WWE did. They're doing better than way better than they were under the pay-per-view model. And they have ever since they dropped it. All right, guys, thanks for tuning in. Like I said, I just want to try out some new tools here, some new software. I don't think we lagged or lost our stream once, so that's a plus. I think we'll go with this from now on. And let me know what you guys want to watch tomorrow, though. Dan has a big impact on the UFC and wouldn't be what it is without him. I miss that sponsorships era of the UFC. Give fighters a right to wear their own shorts. Yes, Dana's supposed to be making UFC's own arena at the Apex to avoid Vegas venue costs. Well, they are remodeling. They're putting some more seats and stuff in. I don't think it's ever going to be 20,000 people, though, or even 10,000. I mean, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it will be, but I don't know. What do we want to watch tomorrow, though? There is stuff on. I want to stream something. There's no watchable fights. There's no fights that are high enough level that I want to watch it or make you guys watch it. There's not even Cage Fury Fighting Championship. There's no Titan. There's no LFA. There's obviously no Bellator. PFL was today early morning. No good boxing on. Should have a monthly subscription for pay-per-view, though, because I do it instead of watching it elsewhere. I absolutely would. So many people have said, $20, $25 a month, whatever, whatever that would be. ESPN Plus they're in a lot of trouble if they lose the UFC, though. That's pretty much the end of ESPN Plus, in my opinion. Unless they start to move things from regular ESPN to ESPN Plus. Any hockey games tomorrow? Well, there probably is. Let me see what's on tomorrow. We're going to go to ESPN here. Let's bring that up. We can look. I know there's college football on tomorrow. There's college basketball. Probably more NBA. Oh, Georgia barely slept past Georgia Tech. That would have been a huge upset if Georgia Tech won that. No combat sports anywhere tomorrow. Oh, you're still on here? Damn. Yes. But Yeah, no, combat sports, not really. Like it's amateur hour. There's leagues that literally I don't even know what the hell they are. There's Bushido, but it's like 3 o'clock in the morning, and I don't think we're gonna get too many people for Bushido at 3 o'clock in the morning. Let's see what's on for college football tomorrow, though. Here we go. NCAA football, where we want to go. Oh, we got a lot of games. Holy jeez, look at this. Look at all the games on at 9 o'clock in the morning. That's insane. Okay, not all this is televised. Oh, that's watching what's on right now, including the Pillow Fighting Championship. That's on ESPN. Wow. That's sad. Okay, I don't want every freaking college football game. I just want like top 25. Give me your top 25. Oh, here we go. That's what we want. Plenty of college football to choose from. Yes. Oh, yes, it's actually a thing. Now, it looks like it's a replay going on tonight. Was in a WWE back in the day. Time to bring back the fireworks. Michigan and Ohio State. That's an interesting one. Number 2, Ohio State. They're pretty big favorites over Minnesota, though. Let's see. Clemson and South Carolina looks like a very competitive game. Honestly, don't know if I want to be streaming at 9 in the morning, though. Penn State and Maryland. Oh, Penn State 25-point favorites. No. No, this is what you want. Notre Dame and USC. Let's do that. 12:30, because I want to see Notre Dame get knocked off. And I think that might happen, even though they're 7.5-point favorites. Mike streamed the worst ranked Division III college football game. Could be funny, I'm in for the bloopers. Car says I'd tune in. Yeah, maybe we should do that. I say do Notre Dame and USC though, and then see if we can do one of these. Oh man, who's just like horrible? UTEP and New Mexico State? No, that actually might be a decent game. -3. Appalachian State, Georgia Southern. That sounds like a horrible game. Notre Dame would be good. Probably not, though. Oh, I'm from Indiana, and Notre Dame is going to win. Got to find schools you've never heard of. Oh, man. Well, I don't think they're televising anybody I've never heard of. I know too many schools, like Marshall, James Madison. I know everything on here. Like how deep can we go? Oh yeah, see these are all the televised games, I believe. UTEP versus New Mexico is a big rivalry game. All right. Yeah, I think anything televised for college basketball or college football is going to be fairly competitive. But I Notre Dame and USC. That's what I'm going to do tomorrow. 7.5 on Notre Dame. I don't think they cover. I don't know if they win. I don't think they cover, though. I want to see Honey Boo Boo versus MMA Guru's disabled cousin type shit. Well, you can go to college basketball and you can get some. You can get some pretty bad teams. They televise a lot of bad college basketball. Come on. I have to go to college sports now, really? No, that's not what I want. Oh, there it is. Okay, there's our college hoops that happened today, but we need to see Saturdays. Post short for tomorrow's games and attract a few potential new viewers. Yes, good idea. I need to do more of that. Let's watch some women's NCAA basketball, Skylar. Bums this to the bums. Iraq's probably on the right track. Biggest rivalry is going to be the most fun. Team level probably isn't as important for entertainment. UTEP and North Carolina and New Mexico State. Let me go back to that one here in a minute. I'm going to see what's going on for college basketball. That's starting at 8:30 in the morning, too. Damn, there are a lot of sports on this week. Oh, yeah, you want to watch like Mammoth and Seton Hall. Monmouth, excuse me. 0-8. Jesus. You want to look for the ones, Wyatt, that the over-under is like 110. I don't know if I'm going to find any of those. I don't know college football to have a clue what teams have rivalries. Oh, Ravens versus Bengals type rivalry are always fire, even though they're both below 500. Oh, dude, that's going to be a fun game. I think we definitely have to. Do that one on Sunday. I'll pop in tomorrow. I'm out. All right, have a good one, King James. Yeah, it's late. It's late. I was just going to look up that rivalry IROC was talking about. UTEP and New Mexico State. Okay, where was it? Where was UTEP and New Mexico State? Monmouth is 0-8. That's sick. Well, they all built like the Mammoths. Right? Yeah, that's horrible. Those poor football players. No, we don't want top 25. We want everything. How do you just get everything? New Mexico State and UTEP. When were they playing? There's the Notre Dame USC game. I think it was pretty close to that. Oh, there it is. New Mexico State's only 3-point favorite. Over-under's 51.5. Oh, and it's on ESPN Plus, too. It's at 1 p.m. tomorrow. All right, IROC, you win. You guys think of Anthony Richardson this year? Decent. He's having a pretty good year. I don't know. I don't think I paid much attention. Mike, you got to check the headline. All right. Oh, what happened now? What happened in the world? 100-0. We did show mercy. South Bend, Washington girls basketball could have scored 300. Wow. When the final horn sounded, well, I just said the scoreboard read South Bend, Washington 100, Gary Lighthouse 0, not a typo. There was no doubt going into Saturday afternoon which girls' basketball program was better, given Washington's top 20 rank in the preseason coaches poll and Lighthouse entering on a 28-game losing streak. I think I know what my next job's going to be. I think I need to go coach for Gary Lighthouse. Like they just lost 100-0 and they on a 28-game losing streak. Shit, I may be able to turn them around. I'll get them to win 2 games in the next 3 years. But yeah, UTEP and New Mexico State. That'll be the one that we do tomorrow. All right, guys. Thanks everybody for tuning in. I appreciate you guys. You guys are so loyal. You guys coming in when I didn't announce it, and we really weren't even doing a full game. So, all right. Love you guys, and I will see you tomorrow, 1 p.m. Pacific, 4 p.m. Eastern.